What's up, motherfuckers, brother brides in the garage, man. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully you spent some time with your family or your loved ones and you had a wonderful time. I do wish you that. I had done Thanksgiving at my house this year. I had some friends and family over. I made a turkey. I can make the best turkey you ever had in your life. You know, when it comes to doing it right and getting it done, this motherfucker right here can do it. Yeah, they loved it. They loved my turkey. They took a bunch home. I've got a bunch left over. So it was a success as far as that goes. We ate some turkey. We had some mashed potatoes. We watched the dog show, the Westminster Dog Show. That was entertaining. I did turn on the Macy's parade. What a joke. What a fucking joke. You know, I just don't believe that people are buying the bullshit. I think that people are starting to see through the fucking matrix of garbage. You know, you're on the parade and you're lip syncing, man. That shit is total fucking garbage, man. Total fucking garbage. You're not talented. You have no talent. If you're lip syncing, you have zero talent. In your ability, you have no ability. You know, and I say that in the kindest way. If you're lip syncing, you have no ability or talent. You're lip syncing. You're faking. You're selling an image. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're selling a fucking image. You know, with that being said, that was Thursday. Today's Friday. Today is Record Store Day. Black Friday. And the reason I say they're not buying it is because I went to Record Store Day this morning and there were so many youngsters. I call them youngsters because I'm, I'm almost getting to the point where it's embarrassing to go because I'm like this old gray-haired guy going to Record Store Day, and it's all these young kids. Let's just call him, with all due respect, let's call this guy that was in front of me. He was a kid. He was going. I asked him. I said, "What are you after?" He was after the SpongeBob record. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? But it's good, man. I mean, I'm not a now. Clearly, this young man had some problems. Okay, and I'm not being mean. He had some problems. He was deaf. He had one of those monitors on his head, and he couldn't hear, and his speech was slurred really bad. But he was still there, bless his heart, to get his music at you know 7:30 in the morning. Bless his heart. And he got him a copy. And it was kind of fun hanging out with him for a minute. I kept him entertained. But there was a lot of young people there. A lot of young people buying records, man, which was very refreshing to see the younger generation buying good music, man. So it was kind of cool. I think they had some pretty good selections. Really, I only wanted two records, and I got both records that I wanted. There was a large line, probably 100 people. Maybe that's stretching it. Maybe it wasn't 100 people, but it was wrapped around the building. However many people that was. I got there at 7:30. I was kind of closer to the end of the line. They opened at 8 o'clock. I stopped to talk to the guy that was first in line. Right, he was first one. He said he got in line about 3 o'clock in the morning, And granted, you got to think it was 29 degrees when I was driving to the record store this morning, so it was really fucking cold. So it was even colder last night when he was sitting there, man. And I asked him, I said, what are you here for? What puts you in front of the line? What is your passion, man? What is driving your heart and soul today? What music brings you here? He said he wants the Better Than Ezra. He's there for Better Than Ezra, which I'm not really familiar with that album. It's probably good. I've heard people talking about it. So I told him, I said, well, you will get a copy, man. You will get a copy. Yeah. And there was a lot of couples there. You know, I think it's really cool when I see, you know, couples, man, when they're sharing their lives together with music, man. That's a special thing, man. You know, that's a special couple when you're there living life, experiencing life with music and vinyl music, man. I think that's special. I think you have a special relationship. Not a lot of women will go out, or not a lot of men will go out together in 29-degree weather to go buy records, man. That's fucking awesome. I think that's awesome. So I went to Omega Music, which is in Dayton, Ohio. Okay, it's in the Orchid District. And I'm in line this morning. I got there. They opened at 8. I got there at 7:30. Okay, I'm in line, and there's homeless people around. That area of Dayton, there's homeless people, okay? And there was a man that came by, right? There was a guy, okay? He was clearly, something was fucking wrong with this guy, okay? He was fucking, you know, mentally ill. And he asked a lady, there was a lady in line for the record store right in front of me, about, I don't know, maybe 10 people in front of me in line. And he said, he asked her, he says, he was an older guy, probably about 70 years old. He says, I need to get a cup of coffee. Do you have enough money for a cup of coffee? And I thought, well, hell yeah, he'll probably, you know, he's going to get a cup of coffee. You know, these people in line are cool motherfuckers, you know, they're going to give him. So the woman pulls out $2, gives him $2, right? Now, pay attention to what I'm about to say, because you have to be cautious giving people with mental illness money. Okay, you have to be cautious. Unfortunately, you know, it's your heart's in the right place, but you got to be cautious, right? So she pulls out $2, gives him $2, you know, and he's walking away. Oh, I'm going to pay you back. And it's like, how the fuck are you going to pay her back? You don't even know who she is, you know? He's like talking. He's one of these talkers. He's talking, oh, I'm going to come pay you back one day. I want to pay you back. Cause I'm, you know, something's wrong with the guy. So somebody else in line, okay, this is where it goes awry. Somebody else in line with their good heart, good nature, and good soul wants to give him, I don't know, $5 or $10 or something. They go over to him and they're going to get here. There's just some more money. That's where it begins, man. This motherfucker, he says, the homeless guy, he goes, you know who I am? And he's getting loud. He goes, I don't need your fucking money. He goes, I just want a cup of coffee. He goes, do you know who the fuck I am? He goes, I don't need no fucking... He's getting loud in the fucking line for record store day, right? He's about ready to fucking go get it. He's getting into this guy's ass, right? And this is like right next to me, which is not really a good thing. You know, you get two crazy motherfuckers together, shit's about to fucking go down, you know? So he tells the guy, man, keep your fucking money. I just want a cup of coffee. You don't know who the fuck I am. He goes, you know who I am? I don't, you know, he's going through this shit. So it was kind of like behind me. So I turned around and I just looked at the fucking guy. I'm just looking at him and I start laughing. I'm starting to fucking laugh at this guy, right? Which is, I guess, a bad thing. I shouldn't have fucking laughed at him, right? Because these are all young people. And the old gray-haired guy that looks like Santa Claus just turns around and starts laughing at this guy, which is an emotional response. I didn't mean any disrespect. But I just thought it was funny that this guy was trying to be kind and help him out. And now he's about to get his eyeball scratched out, you know? So, the homeless guy sees me laughing at him. Okay? He sees me laughing at him, so now it's on like Donkey Kong. It's on like Donkey Kong. He's looking at me, and all of his energy's on me now. He goes, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 50 years old, man." He goes, "How old do you think I am?" I said, "I don't know, 70?" I said, "You look like you're about 70 years old." He says, "I'm 99 years old." So he says, he goes, "I'm fucking not." He goes, "Stop fucking laughing at me." You know, and I was trying to be cool. I said, "Man, I'm not laughing at you, man. I'm not laughing at you. Just fucking," I told him, I said, "Just fucking relax. I'm not laughing at you." And then he starts on me. You don't even know who I am. One day you're going to know who I am. One day you'll know who I am. He goes, "And you better fucking stop laughing at me." And I said, "Man, I'm not laughing at you, right?" And the whole time I'm fucking laughing, right? And these people, these youngsters in line are getting really nervous, man. They're getting really nervous now. So normally it was like, I would probably, just tell the motherfucker, "Go fuck yourself, fuck off, dude," or, But being that he's got issues, he's older than hell, I just fucking kept my peace. And so he turns around and just storms off, madder than hell, because I was sitting there laughing about I wasn't laughing directly at him. I was laughing at the situation. I just thought, man, this is why you don't give homeless people money. Because they'll fucking, you just never know what rabbit hole you're going to have to fucking go down. And I turned around to the people in line. I said, "Hey, I do apologize." I said, "I was just smiling with my warm smile, trying to calm the situation down. I didn't think that my smile was going to trigger his fucking crazy ass." And it was funny because the guy in front of me, he says, "Yeah," he goes, "Santa Claus was about to whip his fucking ass." I was like, oh, Lord. So, anyway. Record store day. Get into what I picked up. Like I said, I think they had some great titles. There was some Hendrix, Garcia, Grateful Dead. There was some Van Halen, Joni Mitchell. Just a lot of great fucking titles this week. Or this Black Friday in 2024. There was some good titles. But I wanted to kind of maintain my budget and not go crazy. Even though I spent almost $300 today. So this is what it looks like for me to maintain my budget. By the way, man, I'm drinking this Canada Dry Ginger Ale Cranberry. Oh, this stuff is so good. If you guys like this kind of stuff, you need to try it. All right, let's get into it. Now, Alex, I talked to Alex, the guy that owns Omega Music, and he gave me a whole bag full of freebies here. And I'm not going to go through it all, but, it's just your typical stuff. Got some posters in here. There is a CD down in there somewhere. Keychains, CDs. Anyway, I'm not going to go through it, but yeah, he was kind enough. And it's probably all record store related stuff, which is cool. The main reason I was going was two records. The number one record that I wanted to buy was this record. If I didn't get nothing and I got only this record, it was a total victory for Record Store Day for me. And I ended up getting, they had everything. They had everything that everybody would want, except for one item. And I watched it sell out right in front of me. And I wouldn't have bought it. I wouldn't have bought it. But it was the War box set. That was the popular item. Everybody was grabbed. It was gone before I got to it. They even bought the CDs. They had the CDs and they were gone. So, very cool. This is what I wanted. This is the only, there was 2 records. This is the main thing. Shahib's Jazz Party and After Hours. Sahib Shihab. This album is phenomenal, man. This is a phenomenal, super rare, hard to find, if you can even find them, jazz album. It was $42.99. $42.99. I got a copy. I was super happy. They had about 5 copies, and I got one. So this was the main thing. If you like jazz, you know what this is, man. This is definitely a little grail or a little nugget. You know, it's a 10, man. As far as jazz albums go, this is a fucking great album. The next album that I wanted to get was this one. I like David Grisham. This is Dog 90 Deluxe Edition. Record Store Day. So yeah, I'm a big David Grisham fan. Let's see who's on here. But yeah, this is a fantastic album, man. I love this. This is right up my alley. So this was a little bit pricey. It's a double album. It's got 2 albums in here for $40. You know, that's really not bad. If you think it's $20 a record, you get 2 records. So I ended up getting the 2 records. These are the 2 records that I wanted. I got them. So I'm happy. Everything else is just bonus material. So I'll show you what else I picked up. Running out of room here. Now, they had some really good jazz. So I picked the Max Roach up. This was a little bit cheaper, $36. This is a New York 1958, man. Limited mono edition, which will sound fantastic on my tubes. You know, it's going to sound fantastic. So I got that. I mean, it's sitting there. Gonna grab it. I picked up. They had the Doors. Everybody's raving about this album, so just out of curiosity and love, I do love the Doors. Don't get me wrong. I've got a lot of Doors stuff, but this is quite a nice box set. Really, you get all this music. 1, 2, 3. You get four LPs with the one side of 17 minutes of the end. And it was $80. So that's like $20 a record. That's not bad. So 1970 in Detroit. So I picked that up. The funny thing is the guy was there for he was the first guy in line. He wanted that Better Than Ezra. When I got up there was like 5 copies of Better Than Ezra left. Still sitting there. So I was almost tempted to buy them. I'm like, I don't really know this. So I'm going to let somebody that's probably behind me, because it was lined down the door when I was up the cash register still. So there was quite a bit of people there. And I didn't want to just get it because the guy in front of the line, you know, obviously it was great. I actually grabbed a couple. That's my Record Store Day digs right there. Not a lot. But I did grab a couple more records while I was there. This is an album I've been wanting in my collection. I seen it there last time I was at the record store. And today I made the decision. I said, I'm going to grab it. If it's still sitting there, I'm going to grab it. And that's Miles Davis, Volume 1, Blue Note 1501. This is recorded April 20th of 1953. J.J. Johnson, Jackie McLean, Art Blakey, Kenny Clark. This is a fantastic jazz album. It was $27.99. Audiophile vinyl pressing, mastered from the original analog tapes by Kevin Gray. So this is a fantastic jazz. I've been wanting to get this. I have Volume 2, and they had a Volume 2 there with this same exact mastering and all that. But I've got Volume 1 or Volume 2 already, so I didn't get it. And I picked this up. This was just sitting there, and it was like, I have no monkeys. And it was like the Monkees' greatest hits, and I'm like, this is a great hole filler. So to me, it was $21.99. I do dig this era of music, this poppy, style. I think it's fantastic. It's Daydream Believer, a little bit of me, a little bit of you. I'm a believer. I want to be free. Shades of Grey. It's just a great filler album. It's just like, if you want some Monkees, this is a great album to have. It's the greatest hits. It's $20. Now my Monkey collection is done. Got it. And this one is a white label promo from 1983, man. It's a killer. Fred, you're going to dig this. If you're watching, Fred, you're going to dig this, man. Check this out. This was sitting there, man, the Daz Band. It was sitting there on the New Arrivals bin. It was right on the front. $3.99. I was like, what the fuck, man? Nobody's bought that yet, man. It's the fucking Daz Band. So, yeah, I grabbed it, man. Me and this other guy was sitting there looking through them together. And I was like, man, I'm surprised you didn't grab that. He said, I've already got it. I'm like, well, that explains it, man. And they had a copy of New Jack City, or not a new copy. They had a copy of the soundtrack for New Jack City, which is something that's kind of on my bucket list. I love that album. That movie's fantastic. And he grabbed that. I'm like, oh, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. So there's some great music on that. So there you go. That's my record store day. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Brother Brian's out of here.